I was sitting at the kitchen table on a Sunday morning, scrolling through my phone while the coffee maker hissed in the background. Outside, the driveway was quiet except for a few kids riding bikes in slow circles. It was the kind of stillness that makes you think the day will be easy. Then I saw it, the post. It was buried in a neighborhood Facebook group, tagged under "Be Aware," a grainy screenshot of a mugshot, someone's face partially shadowed. The caption warning, "This man has moved into our area. Convicted of armed robbery. Use caution." The face was older, thinner, but I recognized it. Tyler, my stepfather. I've always called him Tyler, never Dad. He came into my life when I was 12, after my mom married him in a courthouse ceremony that I didn't attend. She said he was a good man who had been through some things. That's all she gave me, and I didn't ask questions back then. Tyler played the role well. Weekend barbecues, helping me fix my first car, sitting in the bleachers at my baseball games. But he had this way of looking at you, like he was always calculating the angles in a conversation. His smiles never reached his eyes. By the time I turned 18, I'd moved out and we barely spoke. My mom said he worked security jobs and sometimes did handyman work. I didn't pry, I didn't want to know. The post gnawed at me. The name under the mugshot wasn't Tyler, but the eyes were the same, the jawline, the faint scar under his left cheekbone. I stared at it so long the coffee went cold. I thought about calling my mom, but I could already hear her voice. People change. Michael, stop digging. I didn't call her. Instead, I saved the screenshot. A week later, Tyler showed up at my apartment unannounced. He was wearing jeans and a clean flannel, carrying a six-pack like we were buddies. "Your mom said you might help me with something," he said, stepping inside before I invited him. It was small talk at first. "How's work? You still dating that girl? You watching the game tonight?" But then he pulled out a manila envelope and slid it across the table. Inside were photographs of a storage unit filled with boxes, power tools, and flat-screen TVs still in their packaging. "I need a place to stash a couple of these for a while," he said, "just until things cool down." I kept my face blank, but inside, everything tightened. That night, I dug into the screenshot. I found a newspaper clipping from 10 years ago. Local man sentenced to 8 years for armed robbery. The name matched the Facebook post. The mugshot was the same as the one I'd seen earlier, except younger, angrier. The article mentioned stolen goods, a getaway van, and a witness who declined to testify after intimidation. My chest went cold. I started testing him in conversation. "I ever think about moving?" I asked one night, when Mom was in the kitchen. "Why would I?" he said without looking up from the TV. "I like it here. Close to everything. Close to the interstate," I said. His eyes flicked toward me, just a second, but I caught it. My mom didn't see it, or maybe she didn't want to. She brushed off the long phone calls Tyler took in the garage, the packages that arrived with no return address, the fact that he never used his real name on anything. I started planning quietly. I created a fake Facebook account and joined the same neighborhood group that posted the mugshot. I began messaging the admin, feeding them little pieces, times, places, vehicle descriptions. Nothing that could be traced to me. At the same time, I got closer to Tyler again. I'd stop by their house with a six-pack, ask about the storage unit, act like I was interested in making some side cash. He liked that. He'd talk too much when he thought you were on his side. 2 months in, he slipped. He mentioned a job in Greenville before correcting himself. Greenville was one of the towns listed in the article about his robbery conviction. That night, I passed the info to the Facebook admin, who passed it to someone else. The chain was deliberate. I didn't want any of it leading back to me. The break came on a rainy Thursday. My phone buzzed, an alert from the same Facebook group. Multiple police units at the corner of Walnut and 5th. Possible stolen goods recovered. I drove there, slow and careful. From half a block away, I saw it. Tyler's truck in the driveway. The back open, boxers stacked like Tetris pieces. Officers moving in and out of the garage. And Tyler, in handcuffs, rain dripping off his hair, staring at the ground. The arrest made the evening news. The anchor called it a multi-state investigation into stolen merchandise, hinting at prior convictions for violent offenses. My mom didn't answer my calls that night. When she finally picked up the next day, her voice was flat. "You had something to do with this, didn't you?" I didn't answer. Here's the thing. People like Tyler don't stop, they just hide better. He thought his past was buried under a new name, a friendly smile, a backyard grill. But all it took was one post, one picture, to drag it back into the light. I didn't do it to punish him. I did it because I couldn't live with the silence anymore. The last time I saw him, he was in the back of a cruiser, rain streaking down the window. He turned his head just enough to look at me. I don't know if he knew, but I smiled anyway. I'd been waiting years to see that look on his face. I made sure the door closed behind him for good.